This year, Afghanistan saw the mighty Soviet army pack its bags and leave. As government and mujahideen groups battle for power, will the country revert to a patchwork of warrior states? In this dispatch, Jeff Harmon and Alexander Lindsay visit a remote fiefdom in the Hindu Kush, where this man, Saeed Jafar, rules over his Ismaili people as an ancestral warlord, but in this case armed with the spoils of 20th century war. Once a British schoolboy, still a heavy metal music fan, Jafar acts as a key power broker between the government and rebels. He is the Warlord of Kayan.
Once upon a time, Alexander the Great conquered most of the places in the world. But when he reached Afghanistan, he was very slow down and could not advance that quickly as he was advancing in other countries. And his mother sent him a letter that why you're so lazy in that country. In answer, he sent a bag of soil from Afghanistan and told her that you spray all this soil and collect your relatives to sit on that and talk together. But when they sit on that carpet under which the soil of Afghanistan was sprayed, they suddenly started fighting against each other. Then his mother, she was very wise lady, understood that the people of this country is warrior. When a child is born in his family, in our tradition, is that his father buying a gun for him. Because of that, everyone is very warrior and like war and will not obey any person who is not according to his wish.
Left and easy, left and free. She's a naked on one way to ride. Asking nothing, leave me be. Taking everything in my stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing I'd rather do. Going down, part of time. My friends are gonna be there too.
I am Sayyid Jafar Nadiry, the commander of Ismaili Defense Force in Afghanistan. I'm the son of Sayyid Mansoor Nadiry, who was chosen by my uncle, Muki Sayyid Shahnasir Rahnuma, to lead the 2 million Ismailis in Afghanistan.
The Ismailis are the only independent group in Afghanistan that has the power to deal with both the government and the mujahideen. Followers of the Aga Khan, the Ismailis, a subsect of Shia Islam, have been persecuted by Afghanistan Sunnis and Shias alike. Saeed Mansour, the titular head of Afghanistan's Ismailis, has spent a total of 8 years in prison under various regimes. His 3 brothers disappeared at the beginning of the war, most likely murdered under orders from former President Hafizullah Amin. Shortly after the Soviet invasion, Saeed Mansour was released from prison. Together with his son Saeed Jafar, he has created a powerful, independent political and military force in Kayan, an Ismaili fiefdom in northeastern Afghanistan. Since the Soviet withdrawal, Saeed Mansour and Saeed Jafar have become key brokers between the government and the Mujahideen.
You ask me what will happen to the people of Afghanistan in the future. The government and the opposition have been at war with each other for the past 10 years without having achieved anything of substance for the country. We are neither at war with the Mujahideen, nor do we oppose the government. Until now, I have acted in such a fashion that both the Mujahideen groups and the government have come to trust me, and they both listen to me. I have appointed Sayyid Jafar as commander because he's my son, and therefore he is more willing and ready to accept my commands. He's prepared to maintain strict discipline during this time of revolution, as well as maintaining friendly relations with all sectors of the population, so that no one may have a cause for complaint.
کس نماره شرفقان مردم در گوش کس نماره شرفقان مردم یارب که کی مشاجر گوش گران مردم یارب که کی مشاجر گوش گران مردم.
A visit to the remote areas of Kayan fiefdom. The entire population comes to pay tribute to their commander-in-chief. It is Saeed Jafar's duty to collect taxes, settle disputes, and officiate at trials and weddings.
Kayan, our land, it's 27,000 square kilometers. There are 2 million Ismailis all over the country. But our strongest force is here in Kayan. Kayan is a part of Afghanistan, but in many ways it's a separate country. There are Sunnis living here, Shias living here. We're all brother, but it's Ismailis who control Kayan. The electricity, the weapons, the taxes, everything. Afghans are always fighting each other. It's in their nature. The groups of the Mujahideen, different parties, they fight with each other. And the government, different parties, they fight with each other. But my father has responsibility to solve both of their problems. You see all these mountains, they all belongs to us, to the Ismailis Defense Force. You see at the backside, the famous Hindu Kush mountain is our land. Anybody wants to disturb us, the government or the opposition, we don't care who they are. We just fight against them and kick them out. We deal with both sides in Afghanistan. Our defense force controls a part of the highway in Salan, so the government troops can move freely. Our defense force also controls the old road to Kabul, so the Mujahideen can get their supplies. I have over 12,000 men fighting against whoever wants to mess around with us. We have agreement with the Mujahideen, but sometimes we have to fight with them. Last week I heard some of the groups wants to attack us, but if they do, we will hit them hard. If they cross the line, we're just ready for them.
گلو نیازی زمین چی است؟ حدود است. حدود هستن خورترک بدین اور کلان شده و زیاد شده رفتن.
هیچ دکتر اتر خوب بردین اینجا نه؟
دکتر نبرده تانوس.
تانوس نبردین؟
نه.
اینو بگیریم که فنگ شده خوش رو ببرین اتاق دیگه.
خوش.
باز صبح کی به طرف دوشیرای میکنیم. تداوی شده طرف قابل عملیات میشه.
خوش. بسیار.
This is Tala Barfak. This is one of the borders of Kayan. And you see through that checkpoint, that's all the Mujahideen's territory. This is the road from Kayan to Kabul and to Pakistan. If we cut off the road, the Mujahideen couldn't get any supplies. We used to have fight with these Mujahideen at this border. There are graves here where my men got killed. And since we had an agreement, and now they can go through our border anytime they want and get their supplies. از کجا آمدن رفیقا؟
از کلاگه سب.
مربوطی کی هستین؟
مربوطی عامر سب نزدیکتر.
نزدیار؟
بله.
حالا کجا مورین؟
بخیر پاکستان میرم.
پاکستان پشت چی؟
پشت سلام میرم.
چند فقط این 5 نفر هستین؟
بله.
خد راداری که پا خودشون ضروری نیست بیتین.
داده بود.
داده بود؟ خب صحیح است رفیق. دیگه از ما شما با من خدا پیش رو داد. سلام بگین همه برادرها که اینجا هستن. خداحافظ. بریم بخیر. بیخ آزاد هستین. They were from Hizb Islami, about 60, 70 Mujahideen. They just passed before them, and they're not going to bring some weapon, to Afghanistan. This is a special way we're fishing in our country. ما بچه که ما بین اونا رو برو خودت میشی بس بس When my father was in jail at Dawood Khan's regime, I had to run away from Afghanistan. And I went to the blue-coated school, Birmingham, England. When I was 14 years old, I went to the United States, to Allentown, Pennsylvania. I was a kind of wild teenager in the States. I was a member of the motorcycle gang in Pennsylvania. I love hard rock. I still do. I did a lot of crazy things in the States. I'm an Afghan. I love Afghan music. But my favorite is heavy metal. I used to play drums in the US. If I play drums here, everybody will think I'm going crazy. Like sometimes I'm in the car or alone, and if I put the cassette of AC/DC, especially my favorite song, Highway to Hell, my friend will just ask me, what the hell is going on in this tape recorder, but it's very difficult to explain it to them. I had a fantastic time in Pennsylvania. I always remember it. Like working at the McDonald's in Allentown. And I promise you, I can make the best French fries in Kayan. I don't know where I would be if I was still in Pennsylvania. Maybe I would be a millionaire, maybe I would be in jail. But when the war started in Afghanistan, I had to remember Aga Khan, my father, my family, my people. That's why I am here. When I went to England, I was 10 years old. I couldn't speak English. When I came back to Afghanistan, I was 17 years old. I could barely speak Persian. But it was very difficult for me to live in both cultures. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. The Ismailis of Afghanistan, they believe in Aga Khan. Aga Khan is the 49th Imam, our living Imam. If he says all the Ismailis in Afghanistan should die, we will do it. And this is no bullshit, we will do it.
The Ismailis donate a tenth of their income to the Aga Khan. In Afghanistan, the Aga Khan has decreed that Saeed Mansour may spend the money as he sees fit.
You ask me what I do with the tax that I collect on behalf of the Aga Khan. I would like to point out that according to the instructions of the Aga Khan, people give a tenth of their income to us as a religious tax in accordance with Islam. That money is spent for the benefit of the Muslim people. And therefore, the money we collect, we spend on projects which benefit the poor and the needy in Afghanistan.
One example is the Rahnoma Hospital in Kayan, which is the only major medical facility in this part of Baghlan province. There are patients who have fought for the government and patients who have fought against the government. There are children who suffer from malnutrition. There was even a patient, 3 years old, who was addicted to snuff. His mother started feeding him snuff when he was 6 months old. This hospital is not just for Ismailis, but for every Afghan in need of treatment.
During the past 10 years of war, Hashish, opium, snuff, and heroin addiction has been a big problem in our country. An example is this brother of ours, who became a drug addict after his father was jailed.
4 years ago, my father was imprisoned. I met a man who was addicted to heroin. He said it was very nice and it would make me hilarious. A year ago, my father was released from prison. He brought me to Kayan Hospital, and here I am being treated for free.
In Kayan, we have many refugees from all over Afghanistan. For example, we have about 300 Tatar refugee families here. These refugees were kicked out from the Mujahideens. My father has responsibility to take care of all of them. He gives them money, supplies, anything they need, even if they stay here for 1 month or if they want to stay here for the whole of their lives. This is Kayan village, the capital of Kayan. There's about 2,500 people living here. We've got everything here. We have all sorts of shops. We have a metal shop here. We have a man who can build an airplane if he has the parts. We have stables for horses, dogs, cocks, quails. We have a carpet factory here. It takes about 6 weeks to make each carpet. And of course we have a new mosque, which is the center of the village. We have an armory. We have dashakas, zikoyaks, different kinds of machine guns. And we have rooms filled with bullets and weapons. Sometimes we get our weapons from the government, from the Mujahideen, and from the black market at the border of Pakistan.
Saeed Jafar entertains everyone in Kayan. There is a secluded house for government officials, which before the withdrawal was used by the Russians. A road was built for Soviet visitors to arrive undetected. There are several different rooms to meet the Mujahideen. Saeed Jafar does his best to keep the opposing guests separated.
We're friends with everybody. The government, the Russians, the Mujahideens. But whoever wants to disturb us, we have to fight against them.
I am Saeed Abdul Shah, commander of the prison. There are 42 prisoners here. 20 fought against the Ismailis and were captured. 10 are murderers, 10 fought other tribes, and 2 were captured in an ambush.
نام خودت چیست؟
از من قماندان سرور.
قماندان مربوط کدام حزب هستی؟
مربوط به حزب اسلامی بودیم. خب واسه قماندان سیومی مقصد گپ زده بودیم یک چند وقت پیشتر. باز با اون نسبت ما رو سوی پایین خیزلان کرد.
خب امرای گروپای ما به حساب اسماعیلی ها وقتی برخورد کردی؟
نه هیچ.
نکردی؟
نه هیچ برخورد نکردیم.
برادر خودت هم مجاهد هستی؟
بله.
مربوط کدام اسم؟
مربوط حزب اسلامی.
و برادر خودت چی کردی که اینجا زندان بندی هستی؟
قتل کردیم.
قتل کردی؟ چند نفر قتل کردی؟
یک 4 نفر شده.
امرای چی کشتی؟
کلاشینکوف.
کلاشینکوف.
Does he think his sentence is fair? How much time is he going to be in prison?
چقدر وقت شاید در زندان بانی؟
شاید 6 سال بمانیم.
Maybe about 6 years.
Does he think it's a fair sentence? Is it too much time, too little time? What does he think?
آیا این وقت کم است یا زیاد؟
کم است.
کم است؟
Everything fights in Afghanistan. Eggs, dogs, quails, cocks, even the small children, they wrestle. They don't care. When they look at each other, they know they have to beat each other. Dog fighting is a traditional sport in Afghanistan. They get trained when they're very small, and after they fed very nice food, and when they're 1 year old, over 1 year old, they fight very, dangerously, and this is a very big sport in Afghanistan. You see these dogs, they want to fight to the death. If you don't pull them out, they will kill each other. Afghanistan is a crazy country. You see one brother fighting for the government, and you see another brother fighting for Mujahideen. In Afghanistan, whether they're Sunnis, Shias, or Ismailis, if they get attacked, they fight for the death. Even the women fight for the death. Like all the foreign countries invaded Afghanistan, the Russians just didn't understand Afghanistan.
یک کمتری اینطور نامزاد شده بود بعد از امی آدم برادر از امی آدم در بین از اون خیست اما این ما از این امید داشتم این در بین از اون تخریب انداخت باز همو سید ما زنگید نه سیدی تومت میکنه سید یه نالی بامرای من میسازد دسیسه میکنه یا خیلی عاشقی ما زنگیرست
نه نموسه زنگیر تو زن باز نگیره زنگیر باز دوستای بود دختر تا خان بخشی هم نبود مقصد یک چرکتو مادر شد به شیطانی بود مردم دختر طالبی صاحب چطوره 5 نفر خانهش من صاحب مال میره نه قن میره نه همطور است نه باز
نه باز رفیق خودتون هم هست باز
نه است
بدبختی بین از ما و شما کی آخری که بینمی کی تو هم از گذشته سلوات بیا مال شده صاحب زن هستی فاز مولا صاحب اولاد هستی اولادم تو صاحب چوجو پوجو و کشای فلایمون کنه اینا رفیق هم کینه و داوود از دل پس کو یعنی کینه اسماعیلی یک داکا کتر شد دفته و بمونه اون مخصوص بس خلاص
خدای تو که ما را کمر کنی که خردامیج زیر سنگسار کن به سر چشم لیکن از پیش مامای خود دیق ماندم به حضور مبارک اشم بر روی اشمو که تو مرار چی مهربانی کنی جون برام کمی دعای از تو باشه
مهربانی نمیره رفیق قدشون بخیزیم بسیار اساس چشم ماچی روی ماخی بغل کشی سمتی بالا بخیزیم
به چشم
دعای خیر
بغل کشی آفرین آفرین یک چک کنیم داماده بیاری نه برادر داماده
الحمدلله
صبر برو
و مقتضای مقدمه حق که شما وکیل جایز و نمر نافذ لکن ثابت شد کاله دست قبیل فی ساله بالغیر آکه سایده فقر المسراتات و المقصرات المسلمات نصر و تکسر پین بای بکنه و القیامت را بزید صدق الله و العلی العظیم
فایل کنی ناله فایل کو بچه برو مثل چی نکنم برو تیر شو جا با جاش برو بگیره نه برادر بگیره نه دیو بزاده
The national sport of Afghanistan is buzkashi. A headless sheep or calf, the buz, must be carried by a rider the length of the field and dropped in a circle. Saeed Jafar is an accomplished buzkashi player.
I can't imagine this war in Afghanistan like chess, because chess is policy game. I don't like policy. I'm not a political man. Afghanistan is not two men playing chess. In Afghanistan, this war is just like buzkashi. Everybody's pulling. If they play buzkashi, we have to just take it and put it in a circle to tell people how tough we are. What I like, to just play buzkashi alone. Otherwise, if there's sides, you know, you have to be somebody's side. But we don't like to be somebody's side. We like to be our own side. Our own side is Aga Khan's side, and that's it.
بوزم بچم پیش خوبی که فیلم برداری میکنه بوزم تسلیم شو بچم حافظ بوزم بیتی وانو جا بوزه لوده
سوالی ما چیدیم البته بعضی اگه برادران ما میگم من میگم وقت میشنم که در جلسات بسیار بزرگ میگن که دهی پسان روابط فی ما بین حزب اسلامی و سید منصور آقا یک کمی اصلا خوب شده باشه باشه برادر یه طور نیست خوبی حزب اسلامی با ما مثل زاید بودن گربه و پروتکل با موشا چرا؟ اگر ما بخوایم جمعیتی نباشیم ما را طبیعت و ملیتی ما را لیسان ما را وادار نمی‌سازد که باید جمعیت باشیم هیچ ما نباشیم که دشمن جمعیت باشیم نخواهیم که براندین درست باشه
خاطر که ما قبلا جنگ کردیم بسیار رخام برده علازم است که آرام و خدمتی که باشه چیزی که شما ما دستور بدین ما فقط به نمره تعقیب نکنیم بس سلام علیکم برادر جاسم برادر وانا نباشین تو باقی مسیل بخیر است میشه چوب بخیر با من خود خدا
موتر آماده بسازه بچه بالا شرکت کن بچه
Saeed Jafar was recently appointed military governor of Baglan province. He learned his skills as a negotiator during the Russian occupation. Throughout the Soviet withdrawal, Saeed Jafar was busy securing his own position.
ما مردم اسماعیلی هستیم چیزی که ما بگوییم همون کارو میکنیم.
Saeed Jafar, как вы можете оказать нам помощь в освобождении наших солдат из плена?
بگو امکاناتی که پیش ما باشه به خاطر 4 نفر سرباز شما که در این وقت از افغانستان خروج میشه و طرف وطن خود میره بگو به هر شکل شوه چی به پیسه چی به هر مشکلاتی که پیش ما رخ برخ شوه ما مجبور مکلف هستیم که برای شما همین 4 نفر سربازتان دوباره پس مسترد کنیم و شما بتونین به خوبی طرف وطن خود حرکت کنین بدون از کدام مشکلات به اصطلاح یا کدام تعدید از جای بالاتر سر شما بیاید. ما مجبور هستیم با شما همکاری کنیم و همکاری شما را ما میخوایم با ما.
Ну, я знаю, что это тяжело будет сделать, потому что они находятся у доктора Исмаила, а он подчинен Хикматьяру.
دیگه ما فکر میکنیم که این بسیار مشکل باشه برای شما به خاطر که پیش دکتر اسماعیل و دکتر اسماعیل مربوطی حکمتیار میشه.
Наверное, Гульбедин не пойдет на то, чтобы освободить.
ولی بگو گلبدین موافقه نکنه، بگو سید منصور موافقه میکنه.
اونا
حتمی و ضروری بگو اونا را خلاص کرده به دست شما قرار میده.
Но если сам Саид Мансур будет заниматься этим делом, то я думаю, что мы добьемся хороших результатов. Я знаю, что недавно Саид Мансур вел переговоры о том, чтобы вы были губернатором провинции Баглан. А хватит у вас сил, чтобы защитить эту провинцию после нашего вывода?
بگم وقتی که شما از اینجا از کلگه و از گارنیزیون پایپلاین و خصوصا پلخمری شما که اینجا حرکت کنیم برین، مسئولیت از شورای سالنگ آمده رأس از این کار. بگم من مجبور مکلف هستم که اینمی تماما امورات نظامی و ملکی از این مردمی که به اصطلاح پوستا را اشغال میکنه و تحت قیادت خود میاره، من مجبور مکلف هستم با پوستا را بگیرم. پرابلم با کلی نیست، پیخی مطمئن باشین. ما میتونیم که به اصطلاح امنیت از این منطقه را 100% بگیریم. شما ایرا مطمئن باشین که همین 4 نفر سرباز شما که پیش دکتر اسماعیل است دوباره پس پیش شما می کدام پرابلم نمیاد. Хорошо?
Хорошо.
Окей.
Окей.
All these posts are Russian posts. All these Russian posts don't just belong to us, but all these tanks, everything they have inside. See all these APCs they have. We're gonna get more from the Russians before they leave. They have to give all their APCs, machine guns, anything they have. We have to take over all the posts. And we need all these APCs, these artillery weapons, and they give it to us. They have to, because we're going to take care of it.
Afghanistan is like a salad. It's all mixed up, just like this. We don't want to kill anybody. If anybody wants to ride us like a mule, we have to.
Orbal!
Before the war in Afghanistan, we couldn't protect ourselves. But this war is 100% good for us. Because we have plenty of weapons to protect ourselves for the future. Any future government, doesn't matter what it is, they have to deal with Ismailis' independent power.
Medina